birthday! Happy birthday! All right, that was a warm up. All right, on three. Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. Good evening. What an absolute joy it is to see you here on this special occasion. Tonight, we're not simply celebrating a birthday. We're celebrating 75 years of life, love, family, friendship, service, memories, laughter, lessons learned, battles won, prayers answered, and I suspect a few secrets that are going to remain safely locked away in Grand Turks.
For the first 9 years of my life, I was an only child. Only, singular, one. I was born prematurely, and on those early years, my mother was my protector, my nurse, my advocate, and my constant source of strength. But one day, she returned from New York City with this big red baby and announced, "This is your brother Janelle." I asked, "What am I supposed to do here?" She replied, "Didn't you want a brother?" I said, "I did, but not anymore."
I've got so many core memories with you. Like the summer I was 8, I walked into your house and saw you completely hooked on African movies.
And no matter what happened, we couldn't really ruffle the feathers. I think over the time that we known each other, we had kind of words touched. Once she said something to me that I didn't like, and I gave her what those old people say, a backhand slap, and then I cried.
Anybody else? Okay, here comes Lady Mike.
I hear my good friend Corky is squawking. You know why he's squawking. It is my esteemed pleasure, along with my 2 sisters. One is away. It's 4 of us. Maria is in South. But it was a pleasure when we went to Grand Turk. The only house we knew was Miss Elizabeth House. And of course, piles of children. Ada and all of them. I mean, she took us in like family. And I always tell Jean, who I live with now, I say it all started on Good Street. And I can remember the neighbors on Good Street. And we used to have a good time there. They treated us like we were their own. And of course, Mr. Richard had the shop, so we had anything we wanted in the shop. So even though the house was full, we were always welcome at the Gardens on Good Street. So Amy, it is my pleasure to be here with my sisters. Cheryl sends her love, she's out of the country. And we want to wish you all the best. 75 is a long time. And of course, it had to be for the goodness of God. And while Royal was sitting down there, you don't know what was going through my mind. So why are you married? But anyway.
Years ago, Amy came to New York. I think it was her and Hattie. And I was younger. And I remember taking them to the club. My 2 sisters and me going to the club.
Next premiere.
Mr. Royal, I can tell you the truth. I didn't like you. I know because I couldn't understand why you never married.
I would like to say happy 35th birthday to my audience. I subtract 40 from the 40 episodes or so. Make me watch.
And the unmistakable blessing of the life well lived. 75 years represent far more than the passing of time. They represent memories made, lessons learned, prayers answered, storms weathered, laughter shared, love given, and a legacy still being written. Ladies and gentlemen, 75 years of love, 75 years of strength, 75 years still standing. Annie G.
Happy birthday to my beautiful aunt of 75 years. I wish her all the blessings and hope she live to see another 75 years. And I wish her all the best. And I'm so happy that they're having this function for tonight because I know she's very shy. But I wish her all God's blessings on her 75th birthday. And I hope I look as good as her when I reach that age. Happy birthday, Auntie. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. Good evening. What an absolute joy it is to see you here on this special occasion. Tonight, we're not simply celebrating a birthday. We're celebrating 75 years of life, love, family, friendship, service, memories, laughter, lessons learned, battles won, prayers answered, and I suspect a few secrets that are going to remain safely locked away in Grand Turk. Because when you've lived for 3/4 of a century, you've earned the right to decide which stories get told and which stories certainly go to the grave. So tonight, with grateful hearts, to celebrate a truly remarkable woman, Miss Annie Garland, on the magnificent occasion of her 75th birthday. Now, 75 isn't old. Let's establish that immediately. 75 is simply 25 with 50 years of experience. And if anybody here disagrees with that, please keep it to yourself until after the cake is cut. This celebration is simply special for me because I've known our birthday lady for most of my life. We share that wonderful connection called Grand Turk. And those of us who grew up in Grand Turk know that Grand Turk is not simply an island, it is a family. Everybody knew everybody, and everybody knew where everybody's children were. Everybody knew where we were supposed to be. And unfortunately, everybody also knew when you were somewhere you were not supposed to be. There was no need for Facebook, WhatsApp, or Find My iPhone. Grand Turk had its own tracking system, and it was called People. By the time you got home, everybody had already given your parents a full report with details, witnesses, and supporting documentation. And through all those years, I have known Miss Eddie as a woman of strength, character, and substance. A woman who has made her contribution to family, community, and country. So it is a genuine privilege for me to share in this celebration tonight. In all things, we've been taught to give thanks. And this evening is an occasion when we especially pause to give the Almighty special thanks. I'm going to invite someone that we all know well. Even us Methodists know him well. Ladies and gentlemen, to give us, please help me welcome Canon Curtis Robinson.
Let us bow our heads.
Father, we thank you. We honor you and we praise you. Father God, look on us as partaking of this food tonight, Lord. May bless our bodies and do it well. Bless those, Lord, that prepared it. And help us, Lord, not to be sick, not to gain weight, but just to be healthy. In Jesus' name.
Oh, Pastor Colby, we don't know about the not gaining weight, but we'll do our best. Thank you very much. Now, granted, people love to, now that all the prayers are out of the way, granted, people love to talk. And, you know, even though he's the deputy premier, tonight he's just here as a son. But I got to look out because Canon Curtis is here. And even though my sister's miles away across the ocean, I don't know, some stories might get told. But anyway, I am going to liven it up a little bit. So, a pastor announced in church one Sunday that if your wife is controlling you, move to the left of the church. All the men in the church except one moved to the left. So the pastor was happy that there was at least one man in church who was not controlled by his wife. So he said to him, Brother Tim, how come you're not controlled by your wife? He looked up at him and he said, Pastor, who you think told me not to move? Yeah. Captain Curtis, you can tell Bishop Claire that one is okay, all right? Yes. All right. Now, ladies and gentlemen, every birthday celebration needs someone to officially say welcome. We're glad you came. And tonight, that privilege belongs to a front row seat. Someone who knows the celebrant remarkably well and has watched her journey. He knows her not as the former Postmaster General. He doesn't have to make an appointment to see her. And I'm fairly certain that whatever titles or accomplishments he may have collected in life, there's one title that will always certainly remain his: my son. You can become doctor, minister, premier, president, whatever you like. But Mama calls your name that particular tone, all titles are temporarily suspended. No matter how accomplished a son you become, there are certain privileges that come with being a mama's boy. She can still look at you a certain way, and suddenly you remember exactly who's in charge. So with great pleasure, I invite Dr. Courtney Robinson, our celebrant's first son, to bring the welcome remarks. Dr. Robinson, the floor is yours.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Tonight, we gather to celebrate a remarkable woman, my mother, Annie Anita Elizabeth Garland, known to most of us by many labels, but to me and to Mel, Tommy, as she celebrates her diamond anniversary, her 75th. Mommy, before I say anything else, I want you to know that you're deeply loved, how deeply loved you are. The number of people gathered here tonight is a reflection of the lives you have touched, the families you have nurtured, and the community you have served. We are here because of you. For the first 9 years of my life, I was an only child. only, singular, one. I was born prematurely, and on those early years, my mother was my protector, my nurse, my advocate, and my constant source of strength. But one day she returned from New York City with this big red Eddie and announced, "This is your brother Chanel." I asked, "What am I supposed to do here?" She replied, "Didn't you want a brother?" I said, "I did, but not anymore." And she said, "Well, he's here. Your job is to love him, guide him, protect him, and to teach him." And just like that, I received my first great responsibility as a young person. It was also my first lesson in love. Sometimes responsibilities arrive before you are ready for it, and it becomes one of life's greatest blessings. Over the years, Mommy and I have shared a close and enduring relationship. She has always believed in family first. Her message was clear. Whenever difficulties arise within a family, address it quickly. Do not allow anger, pride, or resentment to take root. Do not let this ignorance keep your heart. Family must find a way back to one another. One of the lessons we Garland grandchildren learned growing up was that you did not need any friends. You have cousins. That's why I didn't need a brother anymore. Most of us grew up or were born into groups, always surrounded by someone to play with, confide in, or turn to. That closeness was not accidental. Our parents insisted upon it. They taught us that family is not just merely a name we share. It is a bond we must honor, protect, and pass on. Mommy made sure I knew my family. As a boy, I traveled from Grand Turk to Provo and to North Caicos to spend time with my father's family, and to New York City to spend time with our relatives there. She believed it was important for me to know where I came from and to understand where my brother and I belong to something larger than ourselves. For the Garlands, family has always been more than an idea. It has always been a life, a beauty, an enduring code that places love, loyalty, togetherness above all else. Mommy's own story is one of courage. She became pregnant at 19 and had me when she was turning 20, 25 years ago. At a time when being an unmarried mother was deeply frowned upon, my grandfather was totally disappointed. And when I was born, like most often grandparents do, he welcomed me with open arms. I was blessed to have had a wonderful and truly special relationship with her, one that I will truly cherish for the rest of my life. Mommy also made history. She became the first female postmaster in the Turks and Caicos Islands. And I see many of her former staff here tonight. And during her tenure, she helped transform the department. She worked diligently with her team on Grand Turk and with the sub post officers, as they were known at that time, throughout the family islands. Her achievement was not only professional, it was an example of every woman and girl who came after her. She showed what could be accomplished through dedication, discipline, and quiet determination. And alongside professional life, she was and is a woman of deep faith. An Anglican and a committed member of the church, she taught us that faith is expressed not only in attending services, but also in serving of others. That's why we must definitely we were expected to contribute our time, tithes, and our talents, especially during church events such as the annual bazaar or fundraisers. Her mother, Elizabeth, Ma, as she's fondly told, insisted upon it, and that spirit of service has passed on throughout the generations. Mom, you cared for myself and my brother, encouraged us, believed in us, and even as children, sometimes too. I know I sometimes fell short of those expectations. Like any boy, I wanted to live my life first. That's why I ran away a lot. However, you're always there, gently, and sometimes not so gently, guiding me towards the person you knew that I would become. You have always wanted the best for myself and my brother and every part of our life, hoping that we grow into the man that we became, son, and sometimes worthy of opportunities and given. So tonight, as I stand before you, I hope that the life that I have lived and in the life that I have served left ahead of me, I have made you happy. I hope that I've made you proud. I hope that you know that I have tried to be a good son to you, a good big brother to Jamel, and now a good uncle to his children. But more than anything, I hope that you know that whatever I have achieved, strength I possess, and whatever goodness and whatever goodness there may be in me has been shaped in no small part by you. Yes, you gave me life, but you gave me so much more than that. You gave me courage when I was afraid, direction when I was uncertain, and love before I fully understood how much I needed it. You taught me and my brother to protect our family, serve our community, honor our faith, always progress moving forward. Mommy, at 75, your life is a blessing and a testimony. You have given us memories, lessons, laughter, strength, and a family that remains connected because of the value you have lived and taught. Tonight we celebrate not only your birthday, but the woman you are, loving, determined, faithful, compassionate, resilient, deeply generous. There's lots of people that remember my life. Lots of people. Some have died, the children still remain, and I'll let you back on it. May the years ahead bring you peace, joy, tranquility, and happiness. May you have many more precious moments with your sons, your grandchildren, your wider family, and all those you hold dear. And may you always feel surrounded by the love you have spent a lifetime giving to others. So everyone, please raise your glasses to Annie, Anita, Elizabeth Garland, our mother, our matriarch, our example, and our blessing. Mommy, we love you. Happy 75th.
Happy 75th birthday, Grandma. Growing up, you were always one of my favorite people. My mom used to tell me how I was excited to call you every single day, to the point that when a hurricane knocked out the phone lines, my dad flew me to Grand Turk just so I could see you. I've got so many core memories with you. Like the summer I was 8, I walked into your house and saw you completely hooked on African movies. And opening your fridge in Grand Turk, fully stocked with donuts, cheesecake, juice, Johnny cake, sauce, and more. As soon as you knew we were coming. And honestly, no matter how old I get, nothing beats you boom through the phone. Belle, I can't hear you. You're seriously amazing, Grandma. Thank you so much for being there and bringing so much good energy into my life. Happy 75th birthday.
Things I love about my grandma. Number one, she loves me so much. Number two, she lets me and my brother sleep in her room. Number three, that when we come to Grand Turk, she has sweet treats for us. 4, she makes Johnny cake and sauce for us. 5, she is my grandma. 6, she gives us real bacon instead of that turkey bacon that our mom
I was told to make this speech short and sweet, but it's hard to sum up my feelings about my grandma in 1 to 2 minutes. So here I go. From now to when I was just an infant, my grandmother was always had a special place in my life, even if I couldn't yet see it. When I was a young baby, I wouldn't let anyone come near me or even dare to hold me if it wasn't my mom and dad. So visits to Grandma's house were always filled with screams of terror that probably left the whole island's ears ringing. However, time after time, day after day, Grandma still opened her arms to the kicking, screaming child. And soon enough, visits to Grandma didn't feel so odd. In fact, I came to enjoy it, and now I've spent many Christmases and summer breaks sitting at her bedside. Each milestone in the lives of both me and my brothers is accompanied by those warm, familiar hugs. Each graduation or achievement greeted with open arms, or at least a phone call from home. This leads us to today, where it's our turn to be there for her. Thank you, Grandma Annie, for being such a massive part of our lives. Grandma Annie, we give God thanks for the wonderful years you've given us and wish you many years of happiness to come. Thank you very much for that very warm, emotional, inspiring welcome, Courtney. Well done. Boy, Jamel, he redeemed himself by saying he loved you afterwards. Yeah. I was getting a bit worried there, but okay. Let me hear the granted people in the house. Yay! Okay. Let me hear the good street folks in the house. Oh, boy. Let me hear the South Caicos people. They almost sound louder than the Grand Turk folks. Any North Caicos people? Any Bahamians in the house? Yay! What? Anybody from Saugeen? What? All right. So we're gonna have a good time tonight. It said that a teacher asked her students one day what they wanted to be. So April got up and she said, "Me, teacher, I want to be a doctor. I'm gonna own my own hospital. I'm gonna have a luxurious house. I'm gonna own a cruise ship. I'm gonna make my husband and my parents extremely happy." The teacher said, "Really? Well done, April. That sounds really nice." And then she said, "So little Johnny, what would you like to do when you grow up?" So he thought for a moment. He said, "Teacher, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna marry April." Yeah, little Johnny had plans too. So let me hear from Miss Annie's siblings. Any siblings in the house? Hello. Miss Annie doesn't have any siblings here? Yes? Yeah? How about the nieces and nephews? Yeah? How about some cousins? Yeah. All right, we're gonna get around to you a little later. But right now we're gonna enjoy our appetizers and listen to the lovely sounds of Mr. McCoy. So, Mr. Music, would you please play?
Someday, when I'm all feeling, when the world is cold, I will feel a glow, just a and the way you look tonight, lovely, never ever change. Keep that breathless joy. Won't you please arrange it? 'Cause I love you. Unforgettable things that I hear. Unforgettable too.
That was awesome. Thank you so much. You know, some nights I wish I could take you home with me. Yeah. Well, we'll talk about it. That was really nice. Anyway, I know that some of us are still waiting on dinner, but let's keep things moving. I'd like to talk about naughty boys. I don't know. Zanny had two boys, but according to Courtney, they were well behaved. I'm going to ask her about that later on. But a naughty little boy walked up to his teacher and asked, because he saw him with his head down, he said, "Sir, are you sleeping in class?" And his teacher said, "No, I'm not sleeping." So the little boy said, "So what were you doing?" The teacher said, "I was talking to God." So the next day, the little boy fell asleep in class, and the teacher caught him. So the teacher said to him angrily, "Young man, were you sleeping in my class?" And he said, "No, sir, I wasn't sleeping in your class." So the teacher said, "So what were you doing?" The little boy said, "I was talking to God." The teacher said, "Oh, really? And what did God say to you?" The little boy said, "Well, teacher, God said he never spoke to you yesterday." Yeah. Be careful with these little people. They can come up with all sorts of things. But anyway, let's go back to the birthday girl. Think about what 75 years represents. It represents changing times, changing generations, changing technology, and a changing Turks and Caicos. Our birthday lady has lived through an extraordinary period in the development of these islands. She's watched the Turks and Caicos grow and transform. She's seen Grand Turk in particular change. She's seen communications change. And that last one in particular is significant because our birthday lady is the former Postmaster General of the Turks and Caicos Islands. Now, young people, you may need an explanation. There was actually a time when people wrote something called a letter. On paper, imagine that, with a pen. Do you know what a pen is? And then they put it in an envelope, put a stamp on it, took it to the post office, and waited. No blue ticks, no seen it at 8:42 p.m., no deleting the message before somebody read it, and absolutely no sending a message, then asking 5 minutes later, "Did you see what I sent you?" No, none of that. Our birthday lady comes from an era when communication required patience. And as Postmaster General, she held an important position of trust and responsibility in our country. She helped oversee a service that connected families, businesses, communities, and these scattered islands long before today's instant world of email, smartphones, and social media. So tonight, we honor not only 75 years of living, but also a lifetime of service. And perhaps one of life's greatest achievements is not simply what we accomplish ourselves. It is what continues through the generations that come after us. Tonight, our birthday lady can look around the room and see her legacy. She can see it in her family. She can see it in her children. She can see it in her grandchildren, in her relatives and friends. And of course, one of her sons today serves the people of the Turks and Caicos Islands as our deputy premier. Now, I don't know exactly how much credit Mama can take for that, but mothers generally have a very simple formula. When the children succeed, they get it from their mothers. Anything else? Well, I don't know. Any bad habits? Ask for daddy. Or they got it from the other side. Right, Miss Eddie? Yeah, all right. She's keeping silent. She's pleading the fifth on that one. Courtney, you don't have any children. Oh, how about that? Any bad habits? Come from the other side, right? Right, exactly. I know I got Courtney with me. But there must be something profoundly fulfilling about reaching this stage of life and witnessing your children establish themselves, contribute to society, and carry forward values that were planted many years before. Titles are important. Positions are important. Achievements are important. But behind so many accomplished men and women stands someone who taught them, corrected them, prayed for them, encouraged them, and occasionally reminded them, I don't care how big you get, I'm still your mother. How many of you remember those words or still hear those words? All right. And no constitutional office, Janelle, can override that authority. Amen? Amen. So, we're going to have some more music from the DJ, but just before that, there's a very special presentation from some very special little people. I'm going to invite Miss Annie G's grandchildren to come and make that presentation. I hope you all are watching. Not just one, not two, 3 bouquets. Woo! Yes! Wow! Now that's love. That's a grandma who's loved. And Mommy Yolande, you got called out on that turkey bacon. Okay, DJ, would you please play some music for us?
Can I say it already?
Huh? No. Oh. You wanna? Okay. 3. Thank you for me.
Oh, sorry, we have it wrong. I'm sorry, dear.
Okay. Here we go. Thank you.
Welcome, enjoy.
Thank you.
Sound so? All right, to the meal. Did you enjoy the meal?
Yes.
Yes, okay. So it's time to move on. We're having a good time, aren't we? Yes. Yes. And we're enjoying Miss Annie's 75th birthday, aren't we? Yes. Thank you very much. Yes. Okay, so, little Johnny was a lazy math student. He wasn't doing so good at all. And so his parents decided to pull him out of regular class, and they enrolled him in a Catholic school. And after the first day, he came home and not a word. Little Johnny ran straight up to his bedroom and started doing his homework. And he stayed there up in his bedroom for about 3 hours just doing his homework. His parents started to get worried because he did the same thing for 4 days straight. And they got worried. This was so unlike little Johnny. What was going on? And so his parents got worried and went up to his room a week later to ask him what had changed. What brought this on? Little Johnny replied, when I got to math class on Monday and saw that guy above the blackboard nailed to the plus sign, I knew those folks weren't messing around. I had to do better. So, all of you who are not doing so well in math, look out for that plus sign. All right? So now we're going to go on to our open toast. I don't want to start calling people. So, let me have some volunteers. Open toast. Who's going to start?
But is it royal? There's some rough people out here, boy. All right, Uncle Royal.
Brave enough to go. Yes.
Take that.
Yeah, guy.
Oh, you fella. No, none.
As many of you would know, I've known Eddie for quite some time. Much longer than I care to remember.
Yeah.
We met in high school, just before graduation time for me. The graduation time, your time, to sing a song for you. Now the day is over, something like that. So, now it's a big ceremony. One of the things that I liked about Bethany was some steps, a dedication to duty. And no matter what happened, we couldn't really ruffle the feathers. I think over the time that we known each other, we had kind of words touched. Once she said something to me that I didn't like, and I gave over those old people say, a backhand slap, and then I cried. Because that was not really me. And I thought I lost my composure that afternoon. Right? The next time was when she was building her house in Granta. I said, Annie, I can help you here and there. But one thing promise me not to do. Let your brother Charlie do any work to your house. So I went down the road one day and I came back and I go on to a little inspection. And the cupboard, the clothes closet, supposed to be 2 feet long or wide. And that thing had one big kink in it that I couldn't even get my elbow straight inside it. So I called Nobby, because that's what we call it. I said, boy, break this, you know what, Don? I said, Annie, what I tell you about doing that? You know, Nobby, ain't straight, and ain't paying attention, so why did you disobey? But anyhow, eventually it got straightened out. But, and then we had quite some, because Annie was in the post office. I was in the ancillary, so now and then we should interact because I had to check on Courtney and So just one day, we were at the post office, and we were talking, Courtney and I were talking. And I said, Courtney, I right here, you and your pa carrying on like this is like I here. But that's the way they operated. We had a good relationship, and even now, all the children by my wife and all of them, they have a good relationship with Annie. In fact, RJ, my son, has his own room in Annie's place. And when he used to come to Grand Turk sometimes, he'd go there instead of going on the ridge. He said because Annie told him, anytime he wants to come and nobody wants to take it, come to me. That's how it was. That's how family is. And I think that we have, as I say, a very good relationship, a cordial relationship, and that hasn't changed over time. Thank you very much. Amen. And happy birthday, Annie. 75 is a good time. Great classes. Hip hip.
Hip, hip, hip. Hip, hip, hip. Hip, hip, hip. Yeah. Anybody else? Okay. Here comes Let It Light.
I hear my good friend Cortland is squawking. You know why he's squawking. It is my esteemed pleasure, along with my two sisters. One is away. It's four of us. Maria is in South. But it was a pleasure when we went to Grand Turk. The only house we knew was Miss Elizabeth's house. And of course, piles of children. Ada and all of them. I mean, she took us in like family. And I always tell Jean, who I live with now, I said it all started on Good Street. And I can remember the neighbors on Good Street. And we used to have a good time there. They treated us like we were their own. And of course, Mr. Richard had the shop. So we had anything we wanted in the shop. So even though the house was full, we were always welcome at the Garlands on Good Street. So Annie, it is my pleasure to be here with my sisters. Cheryl sends her love. She's out of the country. And we want to wish you all the best. 75 is a long time. And of course, it had to be for the goodness of God. And while Royal was sitting down there, you don't know what was going through my mind. I said, well, why are you married? But anyway, if the children say, anyways, you're over there glowing with your two kings on your side. Courtney and I go way back. I told Jamel the other day, I said, Jamel, you don't even talk to nobody. Him and various family back. I say, I don't mind, because me and Courtney like that. I said, me and Courtney get along. I don't see him all the time. I said, but we live good. And from there and every time I see Jamel, I give him a kiss. So, try to compete with Court. But we go, Courtney and I have a wonderful relationship. And of course, we work together, we respect each other, and we have that love for each other as former colleagues and now as close friends. So I want to wish you God's richest blessing. Thank you for the times we spent in the Garland's house. Of course, Eddie and Belle and everyone. We all love all of you. And of course, I bring greetings on behalf of Bill and his family. And I don't want him to ask me tomorrow, Jamel, why he been here. He like ask people. So here's my invitation. I have to tell him girls only. Okay? So it is so good to be here. And may God continue to bless you. Please raise your glasses. Hip hip. Hip hip. Hip hip. Blessings. Take it easy. Okay. Now, I'm going to start calling. It's about time. We've heard from two people already, but I really, and all of us would really like to hear from a sibling. So, with one of the Zany G's siblings, please talk to the microphone.
Hey!
Come on, one of you, or all of you. One of those siblings, come on down. Come on. Well, Eddie, Miss Kelsey, bring the mic. Bring the mic. To whom? Where is she?
My dearest and loving sister, I'd like to wish you a happy 75th birthday. And I hope you enjoy it, and I wish that you will enjoy the rest that the Lord has in store for you. You must enjoy it to the best of your ability. I would like to say that you are one of the bestest, that's a German or whatever it is expression, that you're one of the bestest sisters that I have. That any time that I can call on you, and you are there for me. I thank you so much. Not only me, but the rest of us. The rest of us, you are there for. Anyway, you enjoy the rest of the night or whichever. You're 75, you still have 5 more years to catch me. But I will go along and wait for you to catch me. Whenever you're ready to try pull up the leather and say, don't see. Gotcha. Gotcha. That will be somewhere else. Anyway, we love you, we love you, we love you. And you have a wonderful birthday. Thank you.
Raise your glasses. Hip, hip, hip. Yeah. So Miss Eddie, Miss Dulcie waited on you. All right? 5 more years to go.
Hey, I must say, you are my very best friend. And I want to wish you a happy 75th birthday. And may God continue to bless you and keep you. And may God shine His light upon you. And may you continue to trust Him and continue to love Him and continue to serve Him. I know you are a child of God. And continue to love Him and to do the things that He has called you to do. And continue to enjoy the balance of this night. And I wish you all the best. You've come a long way, a milestone. And so we give thanks to God for you. Enjoy this night, Annie. Have a wonderful night. And thank you.
All right, raise your glass. Hip, hip, hip. All right, any other sibling wants to speak before we move on? Uncle David? Uncle David, you gonna speak? Yes?
You are the best of us. And I mean that in every possible way. If I talk to my cousins, I'll say, who could we trust with our money? Yeah.
Even that
yeah? You ain't gonna worry about that. Um, it's I lost the words. I'm gonna say because I grew up in the house there. It's my mom and my auntie and Jamel and Courtney. Courtney being about 5 years older than me, and Jamel about 5 years younger. So when my auntie cooked, I don't remember cooking for Courtney. I didn't know that I liked Courtney that much. But I do remember her cooking for Jamel. And whenever she cooked for Jamel, I got to eat. So breakfast, lunch, dinner, whatever she did, we did it well. So we grew up like brothers, really close. In fact, when she bathed Jamel, I didn't know I get a new water or nothing like that. I bathed in that water. So that's how close we are. So I mean, like I said, you're the best of us. You're the best of us in every possible way. I always wondered where you would have come from when I look at everybody else. As in how wonderful you are. Notwithstanding that my family is great. I can see these people, they're exceptional in the sense that they could row and fuss, and then the next morning they sit down and have breakfast like nothing happened. It's a beautiful thing to see the closeness of the sisters. You can't even get in that. Like, as nieces and nephews, you cannot even argue. No, they tell you sit out of that. Don't even get in that. And to see how close they are, and then to see how special you are as a person. Very few people in the world like that can't do something like that. You're just different and set apart. People would say your 75th anniversary, you look really good. You look amazing. And you've been a blessing for us here within this family. And I want to thank you for all of that. And we love you to pieces. And happy 50th. Happy 75th. I wish you many more. And we love you to pieces, and enjoy it. You work every single ounce of this. Hip hip hip. Hip hip hip. Hip hip hip.
David, you ready?
All his life. All his life. Don't only like 5 years younger than me. Don't only like 5 years younger than me.
Charlie, hey, here he comes.
His name wasn't the same.
Good evening, everyone. I didn't have a speech that I ain't going to record. But since I'm the last brother, the last child, this was all I wish you all Annie been there for me. Well, actually, all my sisters been there for me. Since I'm the baby, and they still treat me like a baby. Even I was telling my nephew up yesterday, they were talking, and I said to them, I may be the youngest, but I am 64 years old. But they didn't even bother, they didn't even blow, they didn't say, I didn't like to say, so what? But I have a story where I remember I came home. This was 8 years ago. And he was not at the airport. And there was a lady there. She said, she brought Derek. I said, well, you know Annie Garland? She said, yeah. I said, what about Hattie Garland? She said, yeah. I said, well, take me to Hattie Garland's house. And he took me to Hattie Garland. And I called in. And I couldn't get in touch with him, but I did call. And by the time I got to Hattie's house, I didn't even get inside. And he was and she said, you stay with me. And from that point on, Every time I come, I always live with my sister Amy. And she always say, I'm gonna fix the breakfast. You don't have to. I don't eat breakfast. But she'd get up in the morning time, she'd make breakfast for me. And I said, Amy, I'm not gonna eat it because I don't eat breakfast. I'll eat the food from last night as my breakfast. And finally, I think it might have been maybe 2, 3 years ago, when she stopped making me breakfast. But every time I come, she say, you want breakfast? I'm making X, Y, Z. No, honey, I don't need breakfast. But years ago, Amy came to New York. I think it was her and Hattie. And I was younger. And I remember taking them to the club. My two sisters and me went to the club. Of course, we had to take the train because I didn't have a car at the time. So we took the train. And I can't remember what she drank, but I remember what she said to me. You take a little salt, put it on your hand, cut it, and it won't get you drunk as fast. And to this day, I do that. But out of love for all my sisters, not just Annie, Delphi, Belle, Lil, of course Annie, Patty, Alina, Ida, and June, but she's not here right now. But Annie, I call her, she called me, I call the rest of my sisters, we talk basically every weekend on a Saturday, we talk. But I told her I will be here for her birthday. I was supposed to come on Wednesday, my flight got canceled, and she said, I'll make sure you get here. I said, don't worry, I will be here for you. And I would not miss it for the world. I love you, Amy. I will always love you. And you're my girl. Have heaven. Have heaven. One more.
We cared so much about Miss Annie and the Garlands and Good Street. Let me hear from somebody from Good Street. Somebody from Good Street. Come on, you Good Street people. Big bad Good Street people. You gotta represent. Hello. I keep hearing Trudy. I keep hearing Trudy. You hear? Bring the mic. Too young for that, man. Stop taking people's pictures and come talk. I'm pouring my shoes. She coming.
I don't know where to go. It's like good, man.
Good night. I was hoping that Zero would have said something because I am representing myself as Miss Amy's employee, past employee. Anyway, yes, Amy was my very first boss when I left high school at the age of 16. I went to work in the post office. And if you go on my Facebook page, you will see a photo of us and our uniform. Thank God I don't look like that anymore. But tonight, Amy, you are the glory. And you have been a very, very good boss. I don't recall a time you had to discipline me or talk back. But there was one occasion that you had to talk to me about something, and you were so calm and mild. Say what it was. You know the post office houses, they have these tall windows. So there was a family, one family, and every time they come to the post office, the children would run up and down and jump up in the windows.
So one time I called the little boy, and you have to put your hand underneath. There's a hole, like, you put your hand past his stance or whatever. So I said, give me your hand. So he put his hand under, and I gave him one pinch, a ring. I said, now next time you come to school, don't be running up and down. So he cried, and his mother asked him what happened. And he told the mother, I went to Amy, and she called me. She said, you can't treat people's children like that. That's not right. Anyway, so that's the only time she had to speak to me. But like I said, she's a very nice divorce. I've never seen her mad. But guess what? I've never seen her mad during our working days. But guess what? In our Good Street Jet, during election time, boy, she represented herself. That's the first time I see her carry on and give back.
Next for mayor.
Mr. Royal, I can tell you the truth. I didn't like you. No, because I couldn't understand why you never married. Because she was always a nice person. And when she got pregnant with John, I said, that's ain't right. I didn't like that at all, but I want you to know. I'm okay with you now. So on behalf of Good Street now, we want to wish you all the best. You have been a very, very good neighbor. And I can recall many times sitting outside on the wall, everybody on the wall, and my brother Spike God, he used to say, back then everybody had a 920. So he used to say truth, he needed them on the wall. Because if you go to the toilet, everybody can see him. So he said, go check, see if anybody on the wall. He needed to go to the bathroom. So I used to have to go check. One time, Lida, that's her name? Lida, right? No, not Lida, yes. So he said, make sure Lida is here. Because he's the right Lida. But anyway, may God continue to bless you. May you continue to grow and prosper and be there for your grandchildren. And I left that apart. You were once my neighbor and Francis, my tenant. Jamal was my tenant at one time. So we always had that bond from Good Street up to now. So may God continue to bless you and do enjoy the rest of the night. All right, thank you, Trudy. I understand that, all right.
Yes, I was saying. Happy birthday, Miss Garland. I was saying you were my first boss too. At the post office. And I told you today,
you're my closer, babe.
You inspired us. We talk about all the good times. Campbell, Harold, all of those people. Miss Bella, those wonderful days in government. And your job was a prize. You prided your job then. And you taught me. You were a strong lady, never, as Mr. Truth said, never raise your voice. Just calmly sent us up to Mr. Bede and we were stepping out of line. Every day, when I'm at work, I talk about how good it was working in government to begin with. We were taught, we respect our bosses. You couldn't talk back and how government was a pleasure to work in. And you wrote my letter for me to go to school in Jamaica. All of those things I'm remembering. I'm so happy that you can live through these kind of to see your boy turn out well. Courtney, your boys turn out Johnson. You're a strong woman. So proud of you. I'm glad Courtney, my brother. my first birthday. All the best, of good health, happiness, and you deserve to celebrate. Good night, Miss Darling. So don't be in here. How you doing? I want to wish you the best boss ever. Anytime you have a birthday, I wish everyone would change the best boss ever. And that's not just me saying it because I've never had a boss like Miss Darling. She's always been humble, quiet, but when she speaks, she's stern and you understood. And you have to respect her decisions. She never got angry. And I can tell you, the post office, you need the good, the bad, the ugly, and the ugly. But I never saw Miss Darling lose her temper. And not because she was a boss, meaning she didn't help. Miss Darling used to roll up her sleeve and come on that table with us and sort the mail. She took pride in the work she did. And she trained us the same way to take pride in the work. Sometimes people used to think the post office is just, down there, but I can tell you, the post office is a wonderful place to work. You meet all sorts of people from different parts of life. You get to travel. First time I ever saw that there's doctors and all those high people that work in the post office, and in the US you can't get to the post office just like that. That is a high job. You have to do all sorts of tests. So I thank God for Miss Darling who trained us, who in passing her hand, she used to pick me up for work. So I thank God for Miss Darling. I thank God that she agreed to be my daughter's godmother. And so Jamal and Courtney, know that you all have a wonderful mother. A wonderful mother. My mother is not here, my grandmother is not here, so cherish her as long as you can. Miss Darling, we love you. May God continue to bless you. May continue to guide you. May continue to keep you in that humble spirit, that kind person that you are. And may God bless you, but I can say not enough.
Everyone, thank you for coming. Some of you travel long distance here. Some of you travel long distance to be here this evening. And this means a lot to me. God has been good to me, and I give him thanks and praises for what he has done and continues to do in my life. I thank him for his loving kindness and tender mercies. I am truly blessed to serve a God who never fails. Amen. His mercies are new every morning, and his promises never change. God be all the glory. Amen. 75 years has gone by so fast. I look back with a grateful heart. It brings a lot of memories, a few lessons, and lots of laughter. I have many changes. I have seen many changes in the world. The best part of my life journey has been the people along the way. To my sons, Courtney, Jamel, and Yulan, the daughter I've never had, I'm so very proud of you all. Thank you. Thank you for all your constant love and support. To my grandchildren, Maya, Jay, and Jacob, you are my heartstrings. You make me the happiest grandma, and I love you all unconditionally. My sisters, brothers, brother-in-laws, sister-in-laws, nieces, nephews, and cousins, I thank you for the journey. Your support kept me strong through the good and the bad times. I love you all. All my dear friends and those I have worked with through the years, thank you for celebrating with me and making my 75th birthday one to remember. May God bless you all abundantly. Seeing your faces fills my heart with joy. Looking forward, I do not know what the next chapter will hold, but I know I want all of you in there. Thank you all for the love, the laughs, and the wonderful memories. God be all the glory. Let us raise up. Let us toast to the future and happiness.
One day, Scooty just showed up. I don't know. Scooty just showed up. One day, Scooty just showed up. Never leave. Just showed up.
Happy birthday to you, Dr. Madonna. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
Oh, it's cute.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. I said we love you. Yes, we do. Say we love you. Yes, we do. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you. They may the good Lord bless you. May the good Lord bless you. May the good Lord bless you. Happy birthday to you. Oh, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you, Lord. Happy birthday to you.
All right, we should have said it giving the grandchildren their cake even before the sons. Courtney, how about that? Or you say that's so. All right, so we wish Miss Eddie many, many more wonderful years. Happy birthday, Miss Eddie. So at 75, the story is not ending. The pages are simply richer, the memories sweeter, the wisdom deeper, and by God's grace, there's still beautiful chapters yet to be written. Happy birthday, Miss Eddie. Happy birthday. And now we're gonna have music. My band. A four-piece band. Yeah. Get up and shake a leg and